Okay. Right now?
We're rolling.
Okay. Ready?
Yep.
Okay. Sorry. Welcome back, humor consumers, to the Life Happens, Laugh Anyway podcast. I'm comedian Tracy DeGraaf.
And I'm Cathrine, co-host and bestie.
All right, bestie co-host. Are you ready for episode 188?
I am.
Okay.
I think this is the latest we've ever recorded.
Yeah, it's 7:19 p.m.
Yeah. That's
past
late
our
for
bedtime.
us.
It's past bedtime.
Yeah.
It's past bedtime, and we're breathing in sewer gas. So.
Yeah, it stinks. I said that right before. I said I don't.
It does.
Well, I don't know if I said I don't mean to be forward or.
You didn't say that, but it's okay because I can smell. I have a nose.
Well, I know you, but I don't want to be like, ew, it stinks in here.
Yeah, we have a plumbing issue. Our plumbing, Ron did it, but then he broke it. Like he fixed it, then he broke it. And then he thought he fixed it again. And now it's still got this issue. I did not even know that there had to be a vent for the gas that you are now smelling. Mm-hmm. You know what I said to Ron? It could be a squirrel. There could have been a squirrel.
But see, the thing is, when there is a dead animal that's decaying, it doesn't stay smelly. It goes away.
If it's blocking the air from escaping.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So I looked it up I Googled it. You know.
Oh, of course.
Come on now, Cathrine.
Googled, yes, of course.
I Googled it.
Oh my
gosh. And it says like debris can get in there, like animals or leaves, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Because it's the pipe on your roof. This is so off topic. Like we were not going to be talking about it. Yeah. Anyway, it smells in here, everybody. Good thing we don't have podcast smell-o-vision or whatever it is. It does. We're breathing some type
it's gassy.
Yeah.
It's gassy.
Yeah. We should probably open the windows, except it's 1,000 degrees outside.
Yeah, it is.
All right. Let's get into the podcast. Let's just try to do it.
Yep.
It's episode 188, friends. And today we are talking about Mother of the Bride and Mother of the Groom. Mm-hmm. Because this is wedding week for the Shipman family.
Yeah.
Ellis is getting married.
Yes.
It's happening this week.
Right.
It's a big deal.
I know.
Congrats.
Yeah.
You're adding a wonderful family member.
I know.
Yeah. Tristan's a great guy.
Yeah, he is. He's like a son already.
Yes, he is. And that's very special.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. So what we thought we would talk about this week, because Cathrine, thank you, by the way, for carving out the time to be here to record, because last week we said we don't know if we're going to be able to fit it in.
Right.
Because you're so busy. And then I pointed out, she's yawning, everybody. She's yawning.
I tried not to.
She's yawning.
I just yawned.
Oh, oops. Anyway, we better hurry before she falls asleep.
We prayed beforehand.
Yeah.
And I told Tracy, I said, oh no, if I close my eyes, I might stay asleep. She goes, well, don't pray long.
Right. Cathrine prays over all the even-numbered episodes, and I pray over all the odd ones.
Yeah.
That's how we know whose turn it is.
Whew. I all of a sudden got really hot.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, man, we're having issues here.
Oh, my gosh.
Don't pass out. Let's hurry up. Oof. All right, friends, this is what you're going to get. If we all stay vertical till the end of the podcast, we are going to talk about Mother of the Bride, Mother of the Groom, and just the stresses that are involved in wedding.
Yeah.
Being the mother at a wedding.
Yeah.
Okay. Trust us, there's stress. Like I've been through it once. You're going to be going through it this week. We're going to talk about the things that we can all agree on. Right. So we'll see. It's going to be a short list.
I've got some advice.
Yeah. It'll be short list. And then, of course, as always, a call to action and scripture. We have a brand new sponsor. I was going to talk about our sponsorship program, but I have to say, welcome, Amy.
Yay,
Amy D. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. I was just kind of going to look it up. It's Deutsch, Dietsch. No, it's like Dietsch. Oh. I'm sorry, Amy. I am butchering your last name. It's Amy D. Amy D. And she is our brand new sponsor at $5 a month, and we so appreciate you.
Yes, we do.
And we're going to use that to get some training and some equipment and some better like editing, like somebody's software.
Oops.
Well, no, we're doing fine. Jeez. Anyway, friends, if you would like to sponsor the Life Happens, Laugh Anyway podcast, you too can be like Amy and have me butcher your name if you'd like. All you have to do is go to my website, tracydegraaf.com, and you can sign up there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, let's roll. Cathrine, what say you about Mother of the Bride?
Well, I can say this.
Yeah.
I can say that the biggest stressor, and okay, if my daughter hears this, it's not an insult, but it's the daughter.
She's not going to be listening to our podcast.
She does
this
sometimes.
week. Yeah, but not this
No.
week. She's not. She's going to be like, I can't stand her voice one more second.
Yeah. Actually, okay, she's been pretty good.
That's
really. Good. But there's just natural things that have come up that she's stressed about that then she is upset, but she doesn't really want to hear me, give her any kind of feedback or advice. Well, she doesn't want advice. Just
right.
And that's the case a lot of times. People just want to be heard.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway,
that's why we go to counselors, Cathrine, because we pay them to listen to us.
Right.
Yeah. And when you think about a wedding and you think about the potential for stress, the bride and the bride's side, I think they do bear the brunt of the weight of the stress in many ways, depending. I mean, every family's different. Every dynamic is different. But the bride is sort of the star of the show. When she comes in, everybody stands and, it's like the big reveal, the big aha moment.
Yeah.
All that fun stuff.
Right. And, typically brides are more sensitive too.
Yeah. Right. I mean, there's a lot riding on it.
Yeah, right.
And Ellis and Tristan have asked me to officiate.
Yes.
So I am the official officiant. I actually am an ordained minister, says the internet. They took my $50.
Well, people are going to think it's not legit. I'm worried about that.
Why?
I told you why.
Yeah. Okay, in Illinois, you can be married by, a toad. You can, their dog could marry them.
Little buddy foo-foo. No, I know that.
You don't have to be legit. You just have to be
No, I know that, but just, other people.
Well, somebody's saying I'm not legit?
No.
You just give me their names and their address.
Why I oughta.
Yeah. And Ellis and Tristan said that they got the info from the county. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I told them, I said, make sure when you go get that marriage license that you tell them that there's a comedian who is marrying you. And it would not be funny if we go through all this and they find out, we're not really married.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
They did not tell me that.
Well, they got the license. I just talked to them. I was at your house when I was talking to them.
Well, I didn't hear the conversation.
Well, they got the license, and Ellis said that she talked to the lady, and she said, well, where did she get ordained? And she goes, I don't know, the internet. So she just wrote down on the paper minister.
Okay.
I hope I don't have to produce that paper because I don't know where it is.
Oh.
Anyway. Minor details.
Well, Tracy, to Google, I'm sure you can grab another one.
It's going to be fine.
Yeah.
We're legit. I paid the money. I have the debit in my account.
Yeah. Speaking of
yes,
yesterday when you saw her and Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday.
And had the conversations and such. Before that, when she first got to our house, before you were there, she was really upset about a matter related to the wedding. And that's when I was like, oh, well, and she goes, Mom, stop. And off she went outside.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Right. I mean, what you said earlier was absolutely correct. People really don't want you to tell them what you think.
Yeah.
Or your opinion or your advice. They just want to vent a minute.
Yeah.
That's
it.
Right. All right. Well, you go through your list and then I'll go through mine. Catherine's going to share with you all, since she's the mother of the groom, mother of the bride, and I've been through this as mother of the groom, she's going to share from that perspective. So what say you, Cathrine?
Well, I have an article from Bridal Guide, and it's 10 things no one tells you about being the mother of the bride. So it doesn't say this, I'm saying this, but you get this utopian idea and you've been through this before, right? So you're going to tell your daughter or you're going to try to guide her because that's what you've done your whole life. You have raised this bride to be and you've guided her and you've suggested and you bought her school clothes and wow, I'm really on a roll.
You are.
But yeah, it comes to a screeching halt. And all of a sudden, she's got decisions that she's made already. And she's got a vision. And it is quite the shock.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, think about it. When you and I were brides, that was back in the 80s and the early 90s, right? I mean, we didn't have the internet.
No.
We didn't have Pinterest. We didn't have a website for TikTok. Our wedding.
Right. No. We had bridal magazines and TV.
Right. That's it. And your mother. Oh. And your mother's friends.
Hello. My mom said, you're wearing this dress.
Yes, tell the audience about the dress with your mom. Please, just tell them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I had an idea of the kind of dress that I wanted, right? And anyway, one day my mom calls me and she's up at, I think, like Eva's Bridal by Montgomery Ward's.
Oh,
remember Montgomery Ward's?
I do.
And she says, come up here. I found a dress. And I'm like, now? Yes. Well, she had the upper hand because she was paying for it.
Yeah.
And so up I go. There it is. I don't like it. There's lace all the way up to my chin almost, or my cheeks. Well, and of course, but everybody had it. The big sleeves, shoulders. And she talked me into it.
Yeah.
She's like, it's a great buy and blah, blah, blah. And it's beautiful. And well, I just said, okay. But I really regretted it because I look, even to this day, if I look at the wedding pictures, I'm like, oh, I hate that dress. But overall, didn't really matter.
No, because
it's not,
we're marrying the man that you wanted to marry.
Yeah.
And that's the most important part.
Right.
Yeah. And I remember those dresses back in the 90s, those big puff. Well, you and I got our dresses out that one time, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, we uncaved them or whatever,
unearthed them.
Yes, we brought them up from the dungeon, dusted them off, and they both. Well, mine had the big giant sleeves.
So did mine.
Like you could have put a ring bear in one sleeve and put the little flower girl in the other sleeve.
I could have played for the Bears.
Yeah,
I mean it was huge.
Yeah,
shoulders. That is.
Yeah, I wore a wreath. I had a wreath on my head.
Oh. Do you know that Kenny said that? Did you really?
I had a wreath, yeah. It wasn't one of those that goes pointy in the front, because I know what you're going to say, because Kenny didn't want one of those. Mine was a circle, like a wreath.
Wow. Kenny was never opinionated. He never made negative comments about people and what they wear or anything like that. And before we got married, he did say to me, I just hope that you don't wear one of those like headbands.
Yeah.
And when we had our first girl, he said, I hope you don't put one of those
little bow things on her.
Yeah.
He just didn't like those.
It's so funny that he said that. Yeah. well, coming from him.
Yeah. And today's brides, I think that they have a lot more resources. They have more resources available to them. And so then they can form their opinions. And they also, I think, have more tools for how to say no to their mothers.
That is right.
They have boundaries that perhaps we struggled with.
Right. But when you think about it, like I raised her to have boundaries because I didn't have them. I raised her to be assertive. Well, I mean, to the best that I could, because I'm not assertive myself.
But you are now after listening to our podcast that we recorded 2 episodes ago.
I know. That's what my counselor says too. She's like, no, you are.
Yeah.
This is exciting times. You are,
Right. You're growing.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
So go ahead.
So the 10 things, it starts with, whose wedding is it anyhow? Newsflash. Brides no longer want to toss the bouquet, wear a garter, have a cute married couple on top of the cake. And I have to say, I quickly realized that when I kind of made some suggestions.
Oh, yeah.
I bought, and dummy on me, this beautiful Royal Doulton porcelain bride and groom, just to have it like either at the shower or for Ellie and Tristan to take. And my mom, my mom, oh my gosh. My daughter goes, well, what am I going to do with that? I'm like, You
Was
put
it-
it by the cake?
Like on top, like a cake topper.
Well, it was too big for that.
Oh,
But that's when I learned, too, that they're not.
they're not into it.
Mm-mm.
Are they going to throw the bouquet and all that?
I don't know.
Oh.
That's another thing, is I'm not used to not planning the whole thing. She did let me plan the whole shower. She gave me some ideas of what she liked, and I ran with it. And
You totally ran with it.
I did. And I do have to say, she was like, you know, I don't know. I think maybe she knew that I would like to do that, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, it's something we have to remember. It's her wedding and the groom's wedding too.
Right.
And even if we are the ones paying for, X amount or a portion of it, realizing that we have to put the money where her mouth is,
Yeah.
not mine, that is, I don't know. It's not a rude awakening, but it's definitely like
An awakening.
Wow.
That's a good point, though. It's not your wedding. It's
Mhm.
your child's wedding, so those two are making these choices.
Yeah.
And it's totally their choice.
Right.
Very good.
Yeah. And we have to remember, they're just not doing the things that we did
Right.
back when we got married.
Right.
So I do have to say, I was a little bit like, wow, what's all this extra stuff, and why is this other stuff eliminated,
Right.
Okay, the next one is 3 is a crowd that takes some getting used to. So basically it goes on that you now have a son-in-law, and he's going to have opinions, and your daughter might be, side with him more than you or above you or whatever is basically what this is saying. And it's just saying that it's good and healthy
It is.
to have that, for her to have that, and for you as the mother to just kind of go with it.
Right. Let that independence go.
Yeah.
Let them be.
Right.
Very good.
Okay. Here's the big one.
Yes.
And I wish my mom had read. Say yes to her dress. It says that, it's down to 2 choices. You see one that's so beautiful it brings you to tears, but your daughter has one that she can't live without. And it says that don't just let her be. Put your hand over your mouth and don't say anything. So, confession.
Yes.
When we were dress shopping, I felt like I was pretty good, but I did say, I was like, oh, that's nice, that, and it really was. It was gorgeous, but I felt that it was a little too revealing. Well, they're all like that.
Yeah.
Most of them are, but I did say, do you think that maybe we could pin it a little bit?
Bring it together.
Yeah. And she did agree to do that,
Yeah.
but not at first. She just gave me that look like, Mom,
Yeah.
And my sister reminded me that I needed to
Zip it.
zip it.
Zip it, Skippy.
Mm-hmm. Respect
Yeah.
your daughter.
One another.
Right,
Sure.
exactly. And remember, she's got style.
Yeah. Everybody's got their own thoughts and all that.
Yeah, she's got style, and this could be a profoundly moving moment for both of you if you just really compliment her and allow her to have the taste that she has. Give her some credit. And remember, she got it from somewhere, which was probably you.
Yeah.
Then it says a closed door and open window. And it's saying that planning a wedding with your daughter is life-changing. It's a milestone and not just for the reasons that you think.
Mhm.
There's a chance to have adult relationship with your daughter. It's a
Yeah.
turning point. You can even reconnect if you haven't been, because those years where they're a teenager or junior high teenager,
The teenage years.
and those years of rebellion or backtalk or stomping their feet,
Oh,
whatever
God.
it might be.
Yeah.
This could be a really good time to reconnect.
Yeah, I think so. And I really think that it's just the course of life. It's
Mhm.
the natural seasons that we go through as parents
Mm-hmm.
and the natural seasons that they go through as young adults.
Yeah.
We were once there where they are.
Right.
They're hopefully going to live a nice long life and be where we are at some point, and
Yeah.
beyond.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can all have grace between the generations in terms of, just not sweating the small stuff.
Well, if you want to have a relationship with
You're gonna have
not
to.
only your daughter, but your son-in-law, then yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Number 7, the wedding day prep. What's it say about this? You could tell that I'm not totally prepared. But it's saying don't be a party pooper.
Yeah.
So no matter what, because nowadays, here's what it said. I just remembered now. Things start way earlier now. Like before, the wedding starts, well, the ceremony, maybe 3, maybe 5 o'clock. Well, now it starts early in the morning in many cases, doing hair, doing all the stuff. And basically what this is saying is just get in there, put on your bathrobe and enjoy it. Let them spray your hair with a ton of hairspray and just go with it. Enjoy that time with your daughter and her friends and seeing her in her element and with her close group of friends.
Who did your hair for your wedding?
I went and got it done.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had my friend do it.
Did you?
My friend Sue did my hair. Yeah, in Ron and Claudia's bathroom. I was living with them at the time.
Oh, okay.
So she just came over and curled my hair. That was it. We did those little, the flippy curls,
Okay, yeah. No, I went and got mine done.
Fun.
At a salon.
Fun.
Yes. Number 8, memories to last a lifetime. Just keep in mind that this is something that's going to last a lifetime, so make it good.
Yeah.
That's my interpretation of this whole paragraph. The ultimate surprise. Oh, I read this and I'm like, now my expectations are up. This is when you're exhausted and wondering if all of your benevolence, tolerance, and willingness to put your ego aside and hers, front and center, and you've matured. It's rewarding because your daughter's going to write you a beautiful letter saying how much she appreciates you.
That's funny.
So I hadn't even thought that. Now I'm going to be thinking that. Hey, where's my letter? Where's my letter that's going to make me cry and feel good?
Yeah.
Okay. And last but not least, number 10. It isn't about you, but it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's about you. How is it about you? Because it's your daughter. You're connected. You're the mother of the bride. And I guess what this is saying is the joy that's in your heart.
Yeah.
And let that be the supreme thought in your mind.
I think in your case for sure, and in mine as well with my son and daughter-in-law, these are 2 young people, our side and your side. They're young people who we are very excited about them getting married.
Yeah.
So it makes a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
Because if there were concerns or if there were, obvious issues or something, that would probably overshadow things.
Yeah.
But I think the main thing, like when I did the premarital counseling with Catherine's daughter and son-in-law.
Yeah.
And the very first day that we met, because we did 8 sessions, which was, kind of a lot, but, we doubled up on some of them at the same time. But the very first time we met, I told them, I said, I don't care about anything. I don't care about the wedding ceremony. I don't care about the reception. I don't care if there are mistakes made. What I care about is the marriage.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we went through with the book.
Yeah.
We went through the marriage. Yeah. And this book was called Tying the Knot. And it was excellent. It was an excellent book for us to go through. It was encouraging to me to just look at marriage, like what it is to be in Christ.
Yeah.
In your marriage.
Yes.
Because that's what lasts. I mean,
Right.
I had a gal that I knew many, many years ago, and she got married, and she had this big hoopla wedding, 25 bridesmaids and 25 groomsmen, and it was this big thing. Divorced within a year.
Yeah.
First year.
Wow.
I'm like, it took you that long just to write your thank you notes from your 500 attendee wedding,
Yeah. I went to this garage sale this summer, and it was the woman had for sale all this stuff. This house is based on love. All these plaques about love and
she was
wedding
getting rid of
day. Them? She was getting rid of them.
Divorce?
I mean, it was a lot of them.
Oh,
and
no.
I thought to myself,
what
I'll
happened?
bet you she's divorced. And she had a tiny, like a little one,
Yeah.
And I was inquiring about a frame that I wanted. She didn't have a price on it, so I asked. And in the frame was a picture of a couple. And I could see that it was her. And anyway, she's like, oh, and she told me the price. And then she's like, oh, I left a picture in there. She's like, we're divorced. I wanted to say, yeah, I thought so. But anyway, the point is, like, all of this stuff that she had at the garage sale made me sad.
Yeah, it would. It would.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else that you wanted to share with our listeners who might be, upcoming weddings, mother of the bride?
Well, on a biblical perspective, for the mother of the bride and what she should know are some good scriptures to think about when you're feeling stressed. And remind me too to add what my counselor said too as well. But some good scraptures, some good scraptures, y'all.
Catherine has not been drinking. She's drinking water.
And I'm really hot. I
Me
see
too.
you're sweaty. You're sweaty. I see it.
I'm sweating.
I'm like, why is it so hot in here?
I don't know.
It's hot and it smells. It's so hot in here.
Stop. I'm going to text Ron. I'm going to tell him to turn the air conditioner down.
What is the matter?
I don't know.
Oh, speaking of, Matthew 11:28 says, come to me, all you who are weary and hot. Oops, no, it doesn't say hot. All you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. So remember that.
Hold on. I'm going to make sure the vent is on. Just keep talking.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to keep reading these scriptures. Philippians 4:6, do not worry about anything, but in everything, through prayer and petition, remember this, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. And finally, Hebrews 13:8, Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. So no matter what changes are happening around you, and with your daughter or your son or maybe even your spouse, remember that the one who doesn't change
is Jesus. Catherine's laughing because I'm using a do-rag to wipe the sweat off of my face.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Yeah, because I've got a little bit of anxiety about the day. There's a lot of people and a lot of personalities and a lot of details, and I want it to be nice for Ellie. And I've got to remember to bring and I have a checklist, but all the stuff and what your daughter asks for, you do.
Yeah, right, for sure.
So we have a lot of things we have to bring up. We've got rehearsal dinner in 2 days.
Yep.
And I need to bring some of the stuff up. Anyway, so my point being, I've got a little bit of anxiety about all these spinning plates. And there's more than what I'm mentioning, too. But my counselor was like, remember what she said to me, what is the wedding actually for? Or something like that. And I said, well, to celebrate the union of Ellis and Tristan. She said, exactly. Focus on that. That's all that matters, and And we talked about peace in our Savior, and that Ellis and Tristan are, wanting to lead a Christian life. So anyway, so it was helpful.
Very helpful.
Yeah.
Just to look at the most important things, because all the other stuff is just fluff.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to say it that way, but like when I talked to your kids about it, they were like, yeah, we get it. The marriage is the most important thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you done?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm going to talk about being the mother of the groom because it's a very different experience.
Yeah.
Just like it's very different to raise boys versus girls. Like prom is a very different situation. My goodness, Joel was going to wear a jacket that he got from Goodwill to prom. He came home with this Goodwill jacket, and he was taking Casey Maui to prom.
Yep, I remember.
And she was wearing like a beautiful dress. And I said, Joel, are you nuts? You're not wearing that. It was like a tweed jacket, like with patches on it. I said, no.
Right.
And then I ended up finding him an actual tuxedo jacket at Goodwill.
Oh, right.
And
I remember
he looked amazing.
Yeah.
So anyway, boys sometimes just, they're more low key.
Yeah.
They don't care. So the article that I found is from a blog, and it's called The Other Mother, a survival guide for the mother of the groom. Okay. Really, they used to say back in the day, if you're the mother of the groom, just wear beige and shut your mouth. You'll be fine.
Yes, right,
Just blend in. You'll be fine. today, I don't see that much, but according to this blogger, she says, first of all, call the bride's parents, like just exchange. And we had not really, we didn't know our daughter-in-law's mom prior to the wedding or anything. I had met her. She came to my comedy show. That was the first time I met her.
Yeah.
So they had a dinner at their house. And Val's mom did. And so we went there and just got to know the family a little bit, got to know her aunt and, different friends and stuff were there. So that was nice. And then we had that dinner at Starved Rock that we invited them to. And also Valerie has a brother. So, these are two families that are coming together. So it's nice if you can do something social before the wedding.
Yeah. We did that.
And then in our case, and your case too, we did a combined shower. Which mine was way easier. All I had to do was write a check. Catherine had to do so much stuff. But it's fun if you can do that, to have some kind of repertoire or exchange or whatever with the bride's family, because you're going to be family. You're becoming family. And so it's nice to do something social.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Continue to stay in touch with the bride's family. If you're the mother of the groom, like, for example, there's an illness going on in Valerie's family right now. And so we try to keep in touch and find out, how's it going? And just stay engaged.
Yeah. Do you mind if I'll tell you a quick thing?
Sure.
Maureen texted me, I think it was yesterday or the day before, and I thought it was sweet. She said that she had sent Tristan 2 songs that she wanted to know if it's okay.
Nice.
Yeah, to play for their dance when they do the dance. And I guess Tristan replied, ooh, I don't know. They might be something that Kenny is going to play for his dance with Ellis.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me. But turns out it's not the same. But Maureen and I exchanged some just kind of mutual thoughts about our kids getting married, and it was just really nice. Yeah,
because it's a big day for both the mothers.
Yeah,
so it's nice if you can have some connection. Okay, another thing they recommend is just to be available. Clear your schedule as much as you can to be available if you're needed. If they need something.
Yeah,
establish a budget. I think that's wise for any parent of the mother. Of the mother of the bride, mother of the groom, parents, whatever.
Right.
Establish your budget and then stick to it.
Yeah.
Just say, this is the budget. In our case, we just gave our children a gift and we just said, here's your gift. Do what you want. And that was it. And then we were out. So again, we just wrote a check.
Yeah.
Talk about your expectations if you have them, like what you just said. You and Tristan's mom had talked about the song and just make sure it's not the same one. And then you had a chance for a nice little conversation.
Yeah. And also we had to communicate about the color of the dress. I never gave it a thought really, but then there was some buzz. I don't remember who brought it up. Like, you can't wear the same color. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I did. I wore the same color as Val's mom.
But Val I remember her saying it, you wear what you want.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
And she wanted us to be in the same color.
Oh, did she?
Because, I found a navy blue dress and so did her mom. And I said, well, I can get a different color. And she said, no, if you like that dress, if that's the dress you want, keep it. Because it'd be nice to have the moms in the same color.
Oh, okay.
So we were.
Oh, nice.
We were like little matching. But yeah, that is a thing. And traditionally, the mother of the bride gets her dress first. And then the mother of the groom goes off different color.
That's another thing I didn't know.
Yeah. I just heard about that. Okay. Also, like when you're making your guest list, just get that done. Like, don't delay. Just make your list. The friends and family that, within the limit. Because obviously today, a lot of the kids are paying for their own wedding. And which was the case for the most part with our son. The 2 of them paid for, a lot.
Yeah.
And so it's up to them how many friends and family they can invite,
Yeah.
Decide what to wear. Blend in, but, don't match the wedding colors. That's the advice.
Yeah.
So if the bridesmaids' dresses are blue, get something that coordinates but doesn't match. Yeah. They said that you don't want to try to take over and be like a bridesmaid. You want to let the bridesmaids be the bridesmaids.
Yes.
And you be the mother.
Well, and I could actually picture lots of moms today wanting to act or think that they're like, one of the gal pals.
Yeah,
or
like they're in their 20s.
Yeah.
It says be comfortable for sure. You're going to be on your feet for 12 hours. You better have comfortable shoes, or at least comfortable shoes to change into. Be yourself. Obviously, you want to look beautiful, but you don't want to look like a different person. So
Right.
if you would look like a totally different person with a big old updo that has flowers hanging off of it, maybe you should not do that. I don't know. But, you have to decide. The rehearsal dinner is traditionally the mother of the groom or the parents of the groom who handle that, planning and all that. And we did that in ours, and I think in your case too.
Yeah.
Offer to help address and mail invitations. We didn't do that because we were not in the same city with my son and daughter-in-law, so they took care of that.
Mm-hmm.
Make travel arrangements if you have wedding guests out of town. We didn't have that. Attend any bridal showers. Yes, attended the bridal shower. Check, done. Plan the rehearsal dinner. For us, that was so easy because it was right there at the venue where we were. Establish the rehearsal dinner budget, determine the guest list, choose a theme, pick the menu, confirm who's coming, block off time. It's just, it's like planning a party,
Definitely.
For 40 people or whatever it is. Plan any wedding week events. Do you have wedding week events?
Oh, in fact, I was going to ask you, what is that?
Well, I think if you have like people coming from out of town, if you're doing, you do. I mean, you did the birthday party for Emily and Wendy.
Yeah, now that I think about it, we're all getting
your nails done.
Right, together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Know your cultural and religious traditions. And if there's differences or whatever, kind of work that out ahead of time.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, it is, because it could be something that comes up and you kind of want to, deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Then it goes over all of the beauty treatments, the nails, the feet, the hair, the makeup.
The skin.
Yeah, all of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? This is one day.
Yeah.
Just do it up, girls. Come on now.
So I am going to, it's not a facial that I'm getting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting my eyebrows done. And after that, don't be making faces, Tracy.
I don't like the eyebrows.
Well,
anyway, you're getting your eyebrows done.
I'm getting my eyebrows done. And after that, I'm getting like, again, it's not a facial, but she's going to show me what's the best way to put the makeup on as mother of the bride and look good, but not overdone. All the blending, all the stuff.
You don't want to look like Tammy Faye Baker. You're going to be crying. Okay, make a list. This is a great tip. Make a list of any photos that you would like to have taken at the wedding.
Oh.
Here's an example. Okay. On the wedding day,
mm-hmm.
the women and all the bridesmaids and my daughter-in-law's mom, they were all in like the bridal suite getting ready. Right? And then the guys were in the groom suite playing pool.
Yeah.
And I was kind of going back and forth. So I was with the women for a while. I got my hair done. I got my makeup done. And then I was hanging out with my boys, right?
Yeah.
And I wanted to get a family picture of me and my husband with our 5 boys.
Yeah.
And we got one.
Uh-huh.
And it's my favorite picture. I absolutely love it. And we got other pictures too with our new daughter-in-law, But that was like our last picture of us as a single unit.
Oh, right.
And it just felt like something that I wanted, like just as a little snapshot. Not that I wanted to exclude my daughter-in-law at all.
No, of course not.
But I just wanted to capture that moment.
Yeah, yeah.
And you may want to think about that. If that would be something special for you to have one photo just snapped of you and Kenny and your girls and your son. And that's it. Like, this is our family unit.
Yeah.
Or let's say that you want to make sure that you get pictures with grandma and grandpa or whomever.
Right.
Have a list so that you don't forget. Take care of yourself and your stress. Yeah, that's very important.
Yes.
I love that you're going to a counselor, that you're talking through issues and life events are coming up and you're like, you know what, I'm going to talk to her about this.
Yeah, and I almost didn't get the appointment. The scheduler was like, oh no, that's too tight for her, for the counselor. And the counselor, her name's Bonnie, she came up and she went, no, get her in. That's fine. I could do it.
Yeah, I'm glad she did.
Oh, yay.
See, you're a VIP now. You're a frequent flyer. She's like,
either that or I'm a real case.
She's a mess. She needs
Get her in.
Okay, so just a couple more little details. The week before the wedding, you want to make sure that all your vendors are paid. You pack for wherever you're going, if you're going somewhere. Offer to help again, like reach out and offer to the kids, like, do you need anything that I can help with? Plan special toasts, speeches, or prayers. Just think it through.
Mm-hmm.
Because you might think, oh, I can just do this off the cuff. And my son Adam did the best man speech at our other son Joel's wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And he practiced and he wanted it to be like 2 minutes. I've been to weddings before where they're long.
I have too.
And
Yes.
I'm like, for real? We're going like back to 3rd grade
Yeah.
and now we're going to preschool
Yeah.
and then we're in the womb. I mean, how long have you known these people?
Kenny was working on his today.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. Is it long?
It's not long. It's not real short, but he'll talk fast anyway.
Yeah.
So it'll be over in a minute.
Yeah. Well, it's good to plan it ahead and practice. So encourage him to practice it a few times so that he can hear himself say it.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, as a professional speaker that I am, practice really does make perfect.
Yeah.
It really does. I mean, you just have to practice.
Right.
And you don't want to bumble it. You know,
right.
It's going to be recorded.
Yeah.
So you don't want to bumble it. Plan for any snacks, food, whatever you need, the day of the wedding and all of that. The day before the wedding, you're hosting the rehearsal dinner if it's the day before. So get all that together, make a logistical plan, make all your lists. I got to bring this. I got to bring that. Make sure everybody gets to where they need to be on time. And then on
That's
the wedding.
a lot to do.
It is. It's a lot. It's a big event, The wedding day itself is here now. Show up on time.
Yeah.
Don't be late.
Right.
It's not the day to be late.
Yeah.
And make sure that you're there for all the pictures, putting on the boutonniere, whatever. Participate in the ceremony, whatever they ask you to do. They ask you to sit here, you sit there. They ask you to do this, you do that.
And don't give them a hard time.
No,
That's
just
what,
do
is
it.
what that means.
Yeah, just do what you're told.
Mhm. Just do it, like Nike.
Right. It says to have tissues. You don't know. You might cry.
Right.
I cried.
Yeah.
I didn't know if I would cry. And then my son and daughter-in-law asked me if I would officiate their wedding, and I'm glad that I said no.
Yeah.
Respectfully. I was honored that they would ask.
Yes, right.
But I said to them, honestly, this is my first child getting married. I don't know how emotional I'll be.
Right.
And Joel cried. My son cried.
Did he?
He was bawling. Before he came out to go down, the processional, he turned to Adam and he goes, I'm going to cry.
Oh.
And he started then. And by the time he got up there and then he saw her and all that, he lost it.
I don't know if I knew that.
Totally lost it.
Oh,
and then I lost it.
Right.
So then if I was officiating, it would be Valerie going, okay, I guess I'm in charge here.
Right. Oh,
and she would have to be like, I do? Oh, yeah, I do.
Yeah.
You do? Yeah, I do too.
Aw.
Yeah. So anyway, all those exciting things, there's more here in this article, but I think that pretty much sums it up. I would just encourage mothers of the groom to just be excited for your son.
Yeah.
That he has found his life partner and, he's a man and let him be a man.
Yeah.
Let him go off into, the Bible says that a man shall leave his father and mother and cling to his wife.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Very good.
Couple things I wanted to say about things we can agree upon. Okay. Because there could be weddings out there that are being planned where there's everything's a disagreement, right? Because you can have disagreeable people.
Oh, for sure.
I would say let's agree to disagree, right?
Yeah.
Let's be kind. Let's just default to the fruit of the Spirit. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, self-control. Let's do that.
Right.
Even if it's hard, let's try to make an effort to do those things.
Well, right. And it's a commandment. It's a commandment from the Lord anyway. Ephesians 4:29, don't let anything unwholesome come out of your mouth.
Right.
So just take a back seat and I don't know.
Go with the flow.
Yeah, go with the flow.
All right. Call to action. Oh, let me see. What was our call to action? Oh, it was get your act together. It was get your act together, but stay in your lane.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. So be organized, get your act together, do what you're supposed to do, mother of the bride and mother of the groom, but stay in your lane.
Yes.
Don't change lanes, people.
Right.
It's dangerous. Somebody's
well,
going to get hurt.
if you do, just stay in your own. That's all.
Yeah, but it's when you do the switcheroo.
Yeah, in someone
Problem.
else's lane.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah. All right, scripture, Catherine already mentioned Matthew 11:28-30, but we're going to give this as the final piece of today's episode because this scripture can apply to so many things in life.
Yeah.
So whether or not you're in the midst of kids getting married or you're just in the midst of life, right? Matthew 11:28-30 says this, "Come to me, all you who are weary and heavy burdened. I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy, my burden is light."
Amen.
That's Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Can handle it.
Right.
All right. Well,
Okay.
Catherine is still awake. Her eyes are
I know.
half shut.
I am. And look at how much I'm slouching. I keep
She's-
trying to sit up straight.
She's either tired or the sewage gas is going to make her pass out.
And the heat.
Yeah. Well, you've been listening to the Life Happens Laughing Anyway podcast. I'm still comedian Tracy DeGraaf.
I'm still Catherine.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.